There's floods, there's fires, there's a pandemic. In biblical times, these would have been messages from God. Like, we don't know, God might be up there right now like, are they getting any of these messages? Is anything getting through? And God's assistant's like, no, sir. Set the entire state of California on fire. Did they get the message?
One woman is saying it's space lasers, sir.
What about the pandemic? I said a plague.
They're blaming the guy who came up with Microsoft Word.
I miss the days when you could send a plague and people would listen. Because that's how God used to communicate. He was unhappy. He'd send a plague. That was like his sad face emoji. God would send a plague and humans would interpret it like, well, he either wants you to let the Hebrews go or, wow, he really wants us to eat these frogs. This is a lot of frogs. I love how that was one of the plagues. Like, God got his assistant together. He's like, write down all these plagues. And the assistant's like, yes, sir. We're going to freak that Pharaoh out. First, we're going to turn all the water into blood. And the assistant's like, water into blood. Got it, sir. All right, now we're going to take it up a notch. Frogs. And the assistant's like, what about frogs, sir? That's the second plague. You know, everyone's frightened of frogs. They are, sir? Oh, yeah, I created frogs, and I'm terrified. I mean, what are frogs? Are they fish? Are they lizards? They're amphibians, sir. Just write down the damn plagues. I don't pay you for your commentary. I like how there were 10 plagues, you know, like there were albums God released. Like a catalog. Was there ever a retrospective where God was interviewed? He was like, yes, my 10 plagues, they really were a reflection of where I was at the time. I knew I wanted to start with water into blood. I was going to do water into wine, but I thought I'd save that for my son. And then the frogs. I was in a crazy place. I had just watched a bunch of Muppet movies.